Hey guys, it's Kendra with Fluency King, and I wanted to tell you a little story about how Fluency King got started. And just as a friendly reminder, English subtitles are available. Just hit the CC button below. So you know a little bit about myself. I've always enjoyed culture and learning about languages. When I was in high school, I studied French for about 4 years and studied it in college as well for 4 years. I even studied abroad in France for a semester, which was about half of a school year, about 5 months. And even after studying abroad in France, even after taking 8 years of French in school, my ability to understand French and to speak fluently just was not coming. And it was so embarrassing. I put so much effort into reading the textbooks, doing all the work, and I was getting A's. That was the thing. I was doing well in my classes, but I didn't have the practical results in real life that I wanted. I wasn't able to communicate my ideas clearly. I was speaking very slow. Everything was and I couldn't hold a conversation. And because of that, it was really hard to make friends or to even get basic things done. Like I remember I needed to get a bus pass, and it was very difficult. I needed to, find something in a shopping mall, and it was very difficult to explain what I wanted and how many I wanted and all these other things. So I kind of gave up on French. After college, I started to become an English tutor because, again, I'm interested in cultures, I'm interested in languages. So it fascinated me to teach English because I was learning so much more about my own language and how different people have different challenges learning different parts of English. So with my students, I would get the materials from the Adult Literacy Council, and I would teach in the local libraries, and I would follow the curriculum given to me. But my students weren't progressing as fast as I thought that they should. And even though they were working hard, they were doing their homework, they were doing all the assignments, they were still having trouble understanding native speakers, and they were having trouble saying what they wanted when they wanted to. So I felt like we were both in the same place. I felt like they were struggling learning from textbooks. I know I struggled learning from textbooks. So it's like there has to be a better way. At the same time, though, as a hobby, I salsa dance and I teach salsa dance. So I'm constantly listening to Spanish songs and I'm around Hispanic people. And because of that, I decided, okay, I'm a part of salsa dancing. I'm a part of this Spanish speaking community. I have to learn Spanish. So I had a little bit of anxiety. I know how bad I was at learning French. So I'm taking on this other language, and I tried to do it a little bit differently. This time I tried to learn Spanish through songs. Like I said, I love salsa music. So I would pick my favorite salsa song. I would find the lyrics, translate them, practice singing them, and in this way I was more naturally learning how to speak Spanish. And I would sing the song over and over again, and it was coming much faster than French ever did, that is for sure. And I got addicted to telenovelas. Those are Spanish soap operas or Spanish dramas, and there would be like hundreds of episodes, and I would sit there and watch all 100 of them. So spending hours of time watching Spanish TV shows. And I must say, I progressed faster with Spanish than I ever did with French. But I still hit the same wall. So eventually, I got to the point where I was understanding maybe half of everything I heard. But I still was speaking slowly. When native speakers would speak in between one another, I couldn't understand what they were saying. It just sounded so fast. It sounded like they were mumbling. And even though I was, listening to real content, these are, real native speakers in the telenovelas. It was still a real challenge for me to understand native speakers in real life. And so there I was. Time flies quickly. 8 years in, and I'm still not fluent in Spanish. I tried different ways even, and still not reaching the level that I wanted to. So I was like, I'm a smart person. I can do this. I'm not giving up. So I kept on looking for different methods, different ways to learn this. There's a famous quote by Einstein that says, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I knew if I wanted a different result, I knew that if I wanted to be fluent, that I would have to do something different. So I finally found out what that something different was. I changed up my study habits again. I focused on a different way to study, a different way to practice. And slowly over the weeks, then I was able to understand more and more of what native speakers were saying. I was able to communicate my ideas more smoothly, so that I wasn't always going, what's the word for como dice? That was how I was living my whole time trying to communicate in Spanish. So I was finally able to get past that. And now I can say nearly every idea I have. I may not say it perfectly, but I can communicate every idea I have, which is a great improvement for me. So I've taken all the study habits that have helped me the most and put them into Fluency King. So far, I've helped over 2,000 people online improve the way they learn English. And I just know from how much it's helped me and how much it's helped them. And I want to share that knowledge with more people. I feel very motivated and very compelled to help even more people learn these new study methods so that they can finally have that breakthrough for themselves, so that they can finally understand native speakers, so that they can speak with more confidence, and so that they can finally reach their goals of fluency. I know that if someone like me, who took 8 years of French and failed, and 8 years of Spanish and failed, can finally have success and reach fluency, then you can as well. So, if you're interested in hearing more about Fluency King and our most effective study methods, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get a notification when I post again. I'll be sharing more great tips with you on grammar, vocabulary, how to study, which is the big issue that changed everything for me. And I know it's going to help you with your English journey as well. So click subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Happy practicing, guys. Bye!